career.
So are you happy that you took this decision? Let's say when you come to India, like you are here now for a few days, when you meet your other friends who chose to study in India, how do you compare it? Are you happy with your decision?
Yes.
Why or why not? Whatever.
Definitely, because what happens is that there's a sort of inferior superior complex between us. I mean, that would be rude to say, but
Yeah.
there is.
Okay.
That's the truth. And
Is it merely because you are in the US and they are in India?
yes, because they're not at the level that I am at, and the over here it's too jam packed. Like all you need to do is take tuitions and go to the exam. Take tuitions and go to the exam. That's all you need to do. There's no extracurricular activities. Like how much you need to concentrate on your other activities is equally important as your academics. Over in the US, I just don't study. I have so many other activities, such as joining. I was the CFO of a club in my school, which is called the Business Society. It's a professional club, and that is really important in your undergrad because MBA or graduate schools look for leadership qualities, and if you don't have them, I'm sorry, you're not gonna get in there. You don't have a chance of getting into a good MBA school. So extracurricular activities like that is going to help and shape up your personality, which is going to be on a different par with students here. I'm pretty sure like people here do extracurricular activities.
Yeah, that's what it's like. People are,
They are.
the head of college sponsorship, committees and this and that.
Yes.
But what difference do you see, let's say, in terms of the quality of your work ex and theirs? I know it's difficult to compare, but let's say what you were doing in the clubs there and what your friends are doing in the clubs here, or academically, or in other ways, what difference can you spot?
The way you're taught and the way you conduct yourself over there is totally different from the way you're taught and you're conducted here.
Yeah, can you give that? That sounds interesting. Can you give an example for that?
Okay, so over there we don't have a certain time of class. We have flexibility. We can choose our classes and we have time schedules. It's not like we start at 8 and we finish at 2 and then we're free the whole day. And people I've talked to here have schedules like that. I haven't had anyone who told me that they have different classes at different time. That's one good thing because you're flexible. And if you have any work, then you can, over there, if you have any work, then in between your classes you can cover up that work. And, it's not like a lengthy process of just, going over through books and lectures and just sitting there in the class and just dozing off.
Feeling sleepy.
Yeah. And in between, you can have, mostly I used to have my club meetings. So that's, from like getting out of a sociology lecture and onto a management business club where you meet all your friends and you discuss about other issues in the clubs. So that's a different, it's like a different, it's like a contrasting schedule, and your mind is like totally diverted to another place, and it's more interesting because it's not the same old boring thing.
Yeah, but don't you think, as a parent, parent would be concerned. Look, if I give my young boy so much of flexibility, he's just going to go astray. He's just going to have fun.
I didn't mean anything like if you're flexible, you're astray.
Okay.
If you're flexible, you do things methodically.
Mm-hmm.
You do things in a more systematic way.
At undergraduate level, parent worries, look, he should be in a set schedule because, if I give him flexibility, he might exploit it in some other way.
Set schedule, basically, what do you call that word?
Restricts you.
It restricts you
Mm-hmm.
just to academics. And your personality is not just about academics. It's 100 more things.
And I think the other point probably which, flexibility brings also responsibility.
Yes.
That when you set your schedule,
We follow it.
and you follow it, and then you sort of know what to do in the balanced time. Probably is that one of the advantages of?
Yes, because you get more responsible.
Right.
As soon as you get out of class,
Take your life in your own hands.
yes, because as soon as you get out of class, you have a time to be in the club. You have to get there on time, and you have to conduct people under you. You have to be there. You have to set an example for the people who are following you, who are like interns for us. So we have to set an example. If I'm coming in casuals one day and I have to go to my business club meeting, I have to change in 5 minutes and be in my professional attire and be there. Because if I'm going in my casual, I'm sending a wrong message to them, and I don't want to do that. So with great power, which is CFO, comes great responsibility. So you have to set an example,
Sure.
and then you have to change back, and then back to lectures, and then go back to the library, study, and then back to lecture, and then go home. And if you're studying abroad, you're not dependent on your family. That's the more important thing.
Yeah.
You do everything by yourself. You have to do your laundry. You have to cook food. I know there are many restaurants, but you still have to do those. I mean, you cannot go to a restaurant every day. You have to drive, or you have to take a bus. You have to have the schedules. All that is it's an eye opener for a student who is living in a luxury. I call this life a luxury life at home, because I know that I'll just get anything from a phone call, be it food or be it my laundry. Over there, I'm sorry, but that's because you're busy, you're good. When you go to sleep, you're satisfied by yourself.
And also, a lot of the students talk about this, the US education system being very much focused on practicality, application. Is it really true, or is it, and in what way is it?
Yes, being by practicality, every lecture, every class I've taken, I've had at least 3 to 4 group projects, which are due by the end of the semester. And many of them are presentations in groups, and basically a case study that we start in the starting of the class, worked for it throughout the semester and presented at the end. Mm-hmm. And that's like major 30% of my grade. If that's not there, I might end up with a C, and a C is not acceptable. I mean, if you're looking at GPA wise, C it's disastrous. So that's how they make it practical. Plus, you have so many in the universities over there. You have events every day regarding your major, or not even your major, but you have events such as, I'm a management major, and I went to an event where they were talking about biogels, how biogels are filling up in the sea and making it a trash can. And I get a mail, because we have a portal. So I get a mail in the notification alert that there's a presentation by a PhD guy doing a presentation on biogels, and they have a small abstract of telling briefing about what it is, and I found that interesting. So what I did the next day, I had free time, so I was like, why not utilize it? And I went to the science and engineering. That was my first day I stepped into the science and engineering building. Yeah, it was quite overwhelming, but it was nice. Whatever the guy told, I probably didn't understand 80%, but that 20%, I felt that I knew something, and something other than what I usually study.
Okay, so let me just summarize. What we have gathered from whatever you shared with us is that your advice to the undergraduate students is do your homework right. Research. That's one point which has come out loud and clear.
Yes.
Second point which I could understand is that if you're studying abroad, then it's a lot more than studying. Yes. It's like your overall development of your personality, your being, or whatever word you use it.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's
and third thing is that probably taking responsibility for your life, taking your life into your own hands, right?
That's right.
And also what you're saying is that, look, do research but take expert advice.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do that, because you don't want to end up going somewhere that, and you might just regret. You're just going to waste your 4 years of life.
And what really is your motivation, to associate with EGE and, to be with us today?
The way this firm works is, for me, a firm needs to be really systematic. It is systematic. It is organized in a when I see people down there and the counselors, the quality of the counselors, there should be again, I cannot think of any other word other than systematic, because that's the most important word to me, and being true. And the counselors are very knowledgeable about other universities, and it just aids you through those tedious steps. You don't want to do that. You don't want to waste, because when the thing is that when you start applying for universities, that's the time when you have your finals going on.
Sure.
And I don't think you want to risk it.
Yeah, sure.
Sure that you want to risk it to get the biscuit, but you don't want to do it at that time, because it might just have some effect on your finals. Just leave it on someone whom we can trust.
Fine. Okay, and if any of our students want to get in touch with you, can they sort of write into you or?
Yeah, they can definitely write to me on my email ID. That's rjain3@ucmerced.edu.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Rishabh. It was really nice talking to you and understanding and hearing your experiences. And yes, it does sound really interesting and motivating. The undergrad from the US. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Thanks.